Are we doing magic?
It's a trick.
But how did she do it?
How'd she do that?
Egg directly into her mouth from one of the transporters.
Actually, one of my previous hosts used to dabble in the sleight of hand.
It's cool that she has all the skills of the previous.
She swallowed the egg before she came to the bar and then regurgitated it on
Ew.
cue. Quite disgusting.
Yeah, no. Will she say how she did it? I'm always dazzled by magic.
Your head's full of latinum.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Jadzia Dax.
I'm dazzled. Good work. Not a magic guy, okay. Whoa, that was a shot. Looks mad.
Have a seat.
Is she
A
in trouble?
Trill science team is coming to the station to conduct field tests on experimental techniques for creating artificial wormholes.
Ooh.
The leader of the science team is Dr. Lenara Khan.
Who's that? She knows her.
Or a con.
That's right. Look, you've got about 3 months of leave accumulated. Why don't you take some of it?
What, and leave? Because if someone's coming aboard?
I'll stay. I can handle it. I've never let my past lives interfere with my job, and I'm not going to start now. I'll be fine.
Someone from the past lives. All right, who is this from her past? She looks nervous.
Dr. Lenara Khan and her brother, Dr. Bezal Wagner. Major Kira, Commander Worf.
How do you know each other?
You know that woman.
Definitely.
I know her. She used to be my wife.
Oh, I gotta chill. Can you imagine? So one of the previous hosts' wives? I guess, so when the symbiote gets a new body, you could just go back and find your wife and keep going, right? But I don't think you're supposed to do that. Okay.
So let me get this straight.
Rejoined.
Then it's on to Emily, then Tarius, Audred.
No. Audred, then Tarius.
They all know her whole history.
I knew it couldn't be that simple.
And the Khan symbiont, which is now joined to Lenara, used to be joined to a woman named Nilani.
Oh, so they're both in new hosts. That's complicated.
I'm sure it is, but to be honest, I'm sorry about the whole thing. It was giving me a headache.
It must be all the latinum rattling around in there.
Is he about to pull one out like a magic trick?
Oh, I thought so. You really should have that looked at.
I like that. Huh.
It's why Dax and Lenara can't just pick up where they left off. I mean, if they're still in love with each other.
Ah, now there's the rub.
There's the rub.
Having a relationship with a lover from a past life is called a reassociation. And the Trill feel very strongly that it's...
I see.
Resume their marriage.
Well, the whole point of joining is for the symbiont to accumulate experiences from the span of many lifetimes.
I see. Because you could just keep staying with the same person.
Of the past. Let go of parents, siblings, children, even spouses.
That's hard. I could never do that. I don't think I'd be a good Trill, except for the ponytail.
There must be some Trill who are reassociated with people from their past lives.
Oh, they were exiled from the Trill homeworld.
Oh, it's serious. It's not just frowned upon. I see.
Then to protect the life of the symbiont.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But if you love someone enough, you could mutually agree that it's worth dying for. That's what I would probably do.
To back out of the reception, you know.
Oh, you know how I hate to miss a party.
I'm serious.
He doesn't think it's a good idea for her to see the woman.
I have to get used to being around her.
That's hard.
Stop worrying about me, Benjamin. I'll be fine.
Upside down. Your pin's upside down.
And wish you success in the creation of the galaxy's first artificial wormhole.
It's funny because they don't recognize each other physically, but I wonder if you would recognize the eyes, the soul behind the eyes.
I mean, to be part of a potentially history-making project.
I am looking forward to it.
He doesn't do excited. Seeing Worf though makes me kind of miss Data. I want more of my TNG guys. I wish they could all come live on DS9 now. That's a show. With all these guys too, but all of them together. Okay, all right.
But I suppose we should load up our plates, since the whole room is watching us.
I bet they are. Everyone knows their history.
Dr. Pren would probably have a heart attack.
Forget about him, my brother's head would explode. He's been a nervous wreck ever since we arrived.
Because of this?
Well, I'll tell you what I told him. We're both mature adults and we can handle this.
They're trills. They're used to this. Maybe not this, but they know that this happens. Like if you really love someone, I got another little chill, that look of hers. If you really love someone.
Then the drone will send out a magneton pulse, which should react with the matrix to create an opening in the space-time continuum.
Whoa, magnetron, matrix, space-time continuum.
We'll have to reroute the pre-ignition plasma from the impulse deck down to the auxiliary intake to generate that much power.
Of course you can do it, OB. You can do anything.
Backup navigation program is still showing some calibration drift. I think some data may have been lost in the startup routine.
They're working well together.
Don't panic yet. Could just be translator failure. It happens all the time.
I wasn't panicking.
It's just an expression.
I feel like she's fighting her feelings here.
I'm nervous. It made her nervous.
Me, her.
Tarius being a pilot made
both.
Milani nervous.
Oh my. Oh, there's definitely some chemistry here.
My feelings from those of a past host.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Probably another good reason why we're not supposed to spend much time together.
I do think that it's probably a good idea if they don't want to get tangled, if they don't spend time together. They're both really struggling here.
Tarius should have listened to her. The shuttle was not ready for a full impulse test.
You were right.
And he was wrong. And whatever part of me is still Tarius is very sorry.
Oh. And she's probably waited a long time for that. Yeah, I see now why they don't seek out their old relationships.
I thought you might like to go along.
Oh, I wouldn't want to intrude on your friends.
Actually, it's not that big of a group. It's just Julian.
Is she lying, or does she really have dinner plans with Bashir, or is she just gonna make him do that?
Great.
It's a date with Bashir.
Tonight?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about this.
Because I invited Lenara out for dinner and...
And it would be less awkward if you had a chaperone.
Exactly.
A wingman. Well, an anti-wingman, actually.
What time?
2200 at Cork's. Thank you.
2200?
I owe you one.
That's a late dinner. Oh, wait, is it not? There's not 24 hours in a day, though. Isn't it like 27 hours or something?
Well, you don't mean the Barrows Inn.
Yes,
They're
that's
just
it.
reminiscing.
Curzon was kicked out of the Barrows Inn.
Dude, just excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and leave.
I'm actually glad we never met. We probably wouldn't have liked each other very much.
Curzon would be horrified to know that I'm a scientist. The very idea of doing research made him ill.
So she is much different now than her husband was.
Theoretical quantum physics, and his eyes glazing over.
The irony is...
I hope we cut back to the double shot and Julian's gone.
That's right.
Infirmary to Dr. Bashir.
Thank God.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Doctor, but Ensign Tyler has broken his leg, and I think
I'm on my way. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
Now that's a good friend.
Yeah.
He sat here all night, listening to us trade stories.
He's a good friend.
It's really good to see you again, Dax. Oh, that sounds so strange. I mean, I'm looking at a different face, hearing a different voice.
Yeah, it's so strange. Well, maybe they can be friends. Uh-oh, but they're gonna get in trouble, aren't they?
Defiant log, starting 49195.5. Lieutenant Commander Worf reporting.
Lieutenant Commander, I love it.
Bridge to engineering. Are you ready, Mr. Eddington?
We're ready, Commander.
Dr. Khan, you may proceed.
I feel like something's gonna go wrong and she's gonna die.
I had dinner last night, alone.
What are you trying to say?
I shouldn't have to say anything.
Uh-oh, they're gonna get in trouble.
We're ready to generate the tensor matrix.
Yeah, focus on the science right now, dude.
The drone is sending out the magneton pulse. It's reached the matrix.
I'm picking up a subspace distortion.
The distortion's
Hey.
becoming coherent.
The distortion's becoming coherent. Cool. I mean, that's it, right? I wonder what this wormhole technology can be used for.
You couldn't ask for a better beginning, but it all comes down to the next test. We have to be able to send an object through the wormhole.
Like, to where?
I don't want to ask you anything, but I'm beginning to wonder if I should.
Little accusatory. I don't think they were acting unprofessional. They were just talking. They were doing science. They weren't making out.
Then nothing's going on. I just want to hear you say it.
There is nothing going on.
I mean, they can't help how they feel, but they haven't acted on it. I don't even think they know how they feel. They're just kind of confused. And they have lingering feelings, and it's confusing. And they care about each other. They like spending time together. That is confusing, but they're not doing anything wrong. I see where the Trills really don't want that, though, so...
And what did you tell him?
Well, I told him that was ridiculous, that there's nothing going on between us, that you and I are just friends.
I think they do have feelings, though.
You've never been one for the easy way out.
That's true. But in this case, I'm not the only one involved.
Yeah. Neither of them are willing to be exiled for this.
I thought I'd gotten over you.
But it's hard when you see them.
It's been so long and so much has happened.
The heart wants what it wants.
And now I know I haven't.
This is such a sad kiss, though, because they can't be together. Imagine your spouse that you loved and you were separated and one dies and then you find them again and you can't be together?
I don't know what to do, Benjamin.
What do you want to do?
What does she want to do?
Profess my undying love and my complete disregard for Trill Society.
But she's not going to do that.
You don't think I should pursue this, do you?
Will he say? Oh.
I didn't come here to hear a lecture about my responsibilities.
You came here for advice from a friend, and that's exactly what you're getting.
That's fair. He is being a good friend, telling her what he really thinks.
If you're exiled from Trill, there will be no further hosts for your symbiont.
Yeah. And not just for her. I think she won't do it because the person she loves will also die.
Life of the symbiont, no matter what happens, must go on.
I know that, but I also know I love her, Benjamin.
True love is so special, though. I don't know.
If I were in your position...
Yeah, how would he feel if it was his wife?
I'd probably be just as ready to throw away everything.
I bet he would.
If this is what you really want...
He'll support it.
I will back you all the way.
Yes, he will. Best friends.
Subspace field stress is up by 15%, but still within safety margins.
Launch the probe.
Launch the probe. Whoa! Well, that's not what they wanted.
There's a whole breach on deck 5. Emergency force fields are in place.
I'm reading a massive plasma leak in the engine room.
They didn't have their shields up.
Dr. Khan, can you hear me?
Oh my god, is she gonna die?
Have a damage control team meet me down there.
Oh no. Then the decision will be made for her.
We'll have to vent the entire compartment out into space.
No, Lenara might still be alive.
There's no way to get to her.
She is gonna die.
I know. Just give me 10 seconds after the force field goes off, and then vent the compartment. I need to reconfigure the field geometry.
Would she do this for anyone else, though? No, you better hurry. She's walking on it? Oh. Oh, break. Oh, break. Speed left. Oh, yeah. Into the vents.
Never again. Never again.
Never again. Commercial break. Is she gonna give up everything for this love? I have no idea what she's gonna do here.
Oh, the ship. How badly was it damaged?
Chief O'Brien says he'll have it good as new in 2 weeks.
Phew. Okay, oh me.
And you shouldn't forget that your project and your theories produced the first artificially created wormhole in history.
But it wasn't a success, though.
Why not do the work here with me?
With you?
I know exactly what that would mean.
She doesn't care.
Basil just spent the last half hour trying to convince me that it wouldn't be worth it. He wants me to go back to Trill with him tomorrow.
Yeah, she'd have to give up whatever family she has there.
Don't be too hard on him. He's only trying to look out for his big sister.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be with you more than anything, but I don't think that I can do this.
Dax, I don't have a little Curzon inside me telling me to be impulsive.
That's true.
From us, after all this time we're together, don't throw that away.
I don't want to.
She's going to, though.
You won't go on that transport tomorrow. And if you do leave, I think we both know you're never coming back again.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. I don't think she's gonna stay. I get it. That's complicated. She's going. She didn't even say goodbye. The end. Okay, that was season 4, episode 6, and that one's really sad. It's making me sad. I really hadn't given that much thought to... I mean, I know that Trills have entirely separate lives from each other, all the different hosts, and I think Dax has even said before, like, that she was married before, had kids before, I'm pretty sure, but I just hadn't given much thought to, like, if the spouse was... Well, first of all, if the spouse is also a Trill, then they're definitely still alive, but, like, if they... I mean... Okay, would a Trill marry someone who isn't a Trill? That's a question. But I hadn't really thought about the spouse being another Trill. I don't know why. I just assumed it wouldn't be a Trill. I have no idea why. That's pretty dumb. But yeah, I mean, so if it's a Trill, obviously your spouse, ideally, I mean, unless something terrible has happened with the symbiote, they're still alive as well. So it makes sense that there would be a rule for the Trills to not go back, not seek out your spouse, your lover, your children from your past lives. However, can you imagine, even more than spouse, maybe like your children, you never go and try and find them? I mean, that just seems insane to me. Although, of course, I'm approaching this from a human perspective, which is the only way that I know how to see things, is through my human lens. But to me, that just seems crazy. Like, I get it though. I mean, you wouldn't be able to, like, it is most important to a Trill, I guess, to each time you switch hosts, experience a full life, new life, do things differently, experience it as the new host, the way they would do it, taking on the experiences of the past, yes, but not reassociating, not redoing something you've already done, being with someone you've already been with and being with family you've already been with. I just think I hadn't really thought that much about it. For some reason, I just figured that all her past spouses or children or whatever would be like long dead. But no, I mean, they're also going to be Trills probably. So yeah, that's very complicated, and I am glad we had this episode. I really hadn't thought much about this, and this is very complicated. We did have Dax, though. She would have thrown it all away, I think, and she would have given up her life ultimately, both of their lives, to be with the person that she loves, with her former wife, a love of her life, it seems. The decision was kind of made for her. Her wife, her ex-wife, I guess, left and made that decision. But I think if she had said, okay, I want to go for it, then Dax would have been all for it. So I feel like Dax is heartbroken here all over again. I mean, well, her previous host was the one who died, so the ex-wife would have been the heartbroken one in that relationship. But here she's the heartbroken one. Yeah, it's so complicated. Most instincts would be find my love and rekindle. And so it makes sense to have that rule. I would like to know how often it is disregarded and how often really, I think they said it's happened like a handful of times. You have to think it would happen more though, but I guess even Dax said the most important thing, they are committed to the symbiote is the most important thing. It has to go on. And that's what you commit to as a Trill, as someone who's going to be a host. You have to commit to that. You have to really believe it because there is going to be a question like this that comes up. I think this was a good chance for Dax to really shine as well. I mean, she's around. She's always around. She's had a few of her own episodes, but I don't think she's had as much emotional depth as this episode for sure. Bashir was an amusing friendship to highlight there. Good friend, just took it in stride, did the boring dinner because he's a good friend. But Cisco and Dax have a really strong bond. And okay, but all right, see, so Dax has a relationship with Cisco that is from a previous life, a very good friend, a best friend, and she's now sort of a very good friend, best friends with him now. Like, so does the rule only exist for Trills seeking out other Trills? Or was it just kind of one of those things where they look past it if it's just a friendship? Or are they an exception? I guess that's maybe a question that I'm left with here. How come it's okay for her to be friends with Cisco again, but not to be with her ex-wife again, I guess would be a question I have. Let me know if you have any insight on that. I don't know. That's a curious question I'm left with. I didn't really think about it in the episode either. I'm just thinking about it now. Or if it's just kind of ambiguous. Who knows? Who knows why? It's just one of those things. They're in this circumstance together and it's not really that big a deal. But yeah, this was really good. I'm very curious to see where Dax goes from here. She's a very interesting character, and one of the cool things about Star Trek is our characters like this that are not human, that allow us to ask a lot of human questions, you know, and think about it from, if that happened to me, how would I react as a human? I just think that's so cool, and that's such a cool, unique thing about Star Trek, having all these different alien races and different ways of doing things and beliefs and all of that. It really allows them to explore all kinds of what ifs, you know, that we would never get in just a human show. So yeah, really cool. I really liked it. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I'm very curious to find out. And next week, we're going to check out 2 more and see if season 4 is going to continue on this hot streak of good episodes. I am looking forward to it as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.